Welcome to another episode of the Red Plates podcast. We're well into the 20s now. I'm going to stop announcing which episode it is, but this is a big episode because we have Matt Vena here with us. How are you doing, Matt?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. This is actually one of the top requested podcasts. Anytime I'm like, who should we have on? There's like a shit ton of Matt Venas, and I think it might be the Story Likers. Is it
Yeah,
you
for
sending
sure.
them?
For sure. They know what they
That's
want.
Yeah, so this better be the best viewed episode. I'm expecting it. You better tell them. Go listen.
Yeah, I'll drive the traffic for sure.
Okay, good.
I
We
mean,
have to
what's the
just
last one? Kill.
yeah,
So
Shell was one of the
I gotta go after like the best lifter in the world. It's nice.
yeah, that one might get more traffic after Sheffield.
Yeah.
Uh, but yours is gonna be good too. Or
Mhm.
you're gonna be watching Sheffield, right?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
You have who do you have winning on the men's side? Is it
Shell
Shell?
and then
Yeah,
yeah, and then Agatha for the women.
yeah, yeah. I feel like it
Agatha's a story
seems.
liker.
Sorry.
I'm really Agatha's a story liker. I'm really proud of that.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I know she is because
yeah.
I listened to her. I think they interviewed her at World and she mentioned
Yeah,
you.
yeah. She mentioned how she did my 6 day a week program. I was like, God damn, it's SBD 6 days a week. And she did it.
Holy fuck. Yeah. So wait, you have a program that is SBD 6 times a week?
Yeah, like I did it for like 2 years from 2017 to
Holy,
2019, early 2020.
holy shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Damn. All right, well, we'll talk about all of your training methodologies soon. I just want to give everyone who doesn't know a little intro about you. So, Matt is actually a lifter in every weight class over the past 10 years. He
Yeah.
started at 74 and he's going to make his debut in the 120 class soon. So, that's a big range. He's also known as the Clout King. He has a crazy big YouTube, a big Instagram, big TikTok. He's big on the socials, and he is a three-time Canadian national champion. So Matt does it all. But yeah, you'll be making your debut at 120, Matt. So do you want to tell us a little bit about the journey from your first meet onward?
Yeah. So first meet, I did a really stupid thing and cut like 5 kilos to make 74. So yeah,
Damn.
I didn't own a scale either. So what I did is like the day before I walked to the gym and like checked my weight and I was under 74. So I was like, okay, if I don't eat or drink anything until the meet tomorrow, I'll make it. That's what I did.
Wow.
It's really fucking stupid. I ended up like 5 pounds under, and I'm like, wow, why did I lose so much more weight? I had literally, that's about how intelligent for training I was. I haven't gotten much better. And then, yeah, basically just slowly added over the years. I stayed for a while in 93, mainly because I was like a junior. I didn't know if I had enough time to fill out 105 before I was done as a junior. So I held off for a while, but then like as soon as I went 105, like my strength blew up a ton, my dots increased even, so I knew it was good. And so yeah, once my training hit a bit of a block at 105, I just decided again go 120. Dream
Yeah,
evolved.
I think that's when we met was around 2022, or at least met in person.
Yeah,
And you were doing your last little run at 93, right?
yeah. 2022 was last bit.
So you were just like you were already doing really well. So is that why you were just
Mm.
sticking around trying to put together that big total?
Yeah, so I was originally planning to do 105 for that nationals in 2022. It was my first as an open, and then I ended up getting sick and lose a bunch of weight, and I could cut to 93. So I said, okay, I'll just go 93 one more meet, and then
Okay.
I'd also managed to get the reserve spot for 93 at Worlds, so I had to stay 93 for that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you competed like I think 4 times that year, and you had held like the squat record and everything as well, correct?
Yeah, I think I had it, or I don't know if Matt Dory had broken it yet for the 93s, but yeah.
Yeah. So then once you went to Worlds, and you would always like lift with like a bandage on your knee and stuff too, right? Like you had.
Yeah, I had like a tendonitis issues for a long time. And then for a while it was just more like mental thing, like I was afraid to squat without it, so I just keep using it. In
Mhm.
hindsight is probably pretty stupid, but
Yeah, you were the first person I had seen who would like lift with it and stuff, so I didn't really know, but I figured I guess every single time you cut, those injuries would kind of flare back up.
yeah, and also like I said, I was doing like 6 times SBD for a while, so it was really a surprise I was getting injured. I was just like
Yeah.
blasting myself to death with volume. And yeah, not surprised I had some injuries from that.
Yeah, and so that was the last time you competed 93 and you or around it, right? You did Worlds afterwards, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah.
Eh,
Worlds was like a month after, and then after that, I got like a got hurt right before Worlds. Like I hurt my knee, and then I guess it caused like compensation injury. I ended up hurting my back really bad, and I was
mm,
like, I remember I was at my gym, and on like pound plates and the whippy bar, I failed a 515 pound deadlift single. That's like how bad my back pain was. I was like,
dang,
God
man.
damn. And then yeah, so then at that point I decided to like slowly fill out 105, and I had to like go. I did like a rehab block into that westerns I was doing, and I wasn't even expecting much for that westerns. I was expecting to have like the worst meet of my life, and then I ended up having the best meet of my life somehow. I hit an 800 total for the first time as a really light 105. And I think it might have been like a dots or good life points, whatever PR too.
Yeah, 800, and that was like 3 months after having a not so good Worlds
Yeah,
performance, right?
yeah, yeah. Like I went from 292 and a half at Worlds on squats, I think, and then I hit 310 like super easily. And the 292 and a half was like an absolute grinder. So like, yeah, really good progress real quick.
Yeah, in 3 months. And so that's
Mhm.
probably the start of loving the bulk, eh? From then you're
Yeah,
just like,
yeah,
oh my God.
yeah. I was like, this is good.
Yeah, you really blew up then because I was looking at your open powerlifting just before this, and I think you had a few good meets like around the higher 700s, but nothing
Yeah, like I
like
was stuck around like
crazy.
770 and then like never really got past that area.
Yeah, so the bulk is definitely the way for you. And
Mhm.
we were gonna say too, like you've had a national level squat for a long time, and your squat at 105, as soon as you went up, it really quickly climbed. And in
Yeah.
2023, you ended up hitting what was it, 340, right? At that
Yeah, and
nationals.
345.
I had 345 at provincials, 340 at nationals.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's one of the best squats in the world for anyone listening at that weight class. Like I think it's what, Anatoly, Ashton.
I just looked. It's the fourth best all time at 105.
Insane.
Right. Yeah.
And how much of that would you accredit to the squat plug?
Oh, probably at least 300 kilos of it. I don't know if I can get over 100 pounds without it.
When did that start? Like, when did you start talking about that, the squat plug?
So it was with Luke when he handled me at 2022 nationals. I had forgotten my Imodium after my like recomp. So I ended up like shitting myself a bit after my second squat. I
Oh,
remember I
no.
whispered it in his ear, and he's like, "Really? I don't know if you believe me."
Yeah,
So,
I was shocked.
and
I was like,
then it
damn.
happened again after the third. So I made like a YouTube video about it because I make like shorts like daily. And then somebody said, "Oh, you forgot a squat plug," and I like kind of just ran with it from there, and it became like the whole meme with me. And I was like, "Sure, this is my
That's funny.
identity now."
Yeah, I remember that was when I guess 2022 is probably the time where you really started picking up in social media, or was it from even before that?
Yeah, I think I had like Instagram, I had a bit, and then YouTube. By then, I'd started taking it really seriously. I think around 2021. That's when I really started to post more. Like I had like uploaded like my people admiring me lift video, and like I didn't really pay attention to my channel at all. And then one day I looked and it had like 40,000 views. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's actually doing well. And like Justin Lee, the other guy from Quebec, he's a
Yeah.
YouTuber too. He made like his own Myron video, like the guy did, and then he started making like these YouTube shorts. And I think he told me like, hey, you should try like making YouTube shorts like me. And so when I had the video blow up, I was like, okay, like I can seize the opportunity here. Started making shorts consistently, and then yeah, really blew up from there.
Yeah, like your YouTube is massive and same with Justin's, right? Like I think YouTube Shorts is a really good way to kind of get out there and especially
Yeah,
in
for
that
sure,
time
for sure.
frame.
hmm
Like
Yeah,
2022, it was like they're just pumping it
yeah,
out, right?
yeah. Back then, it was really easy to like exploit the algorithm and get views.
Yeah.
I get a few million a month. It was really easy.
Were you making good ad revenue from that or not because it was shorts?
Shorts does have the best ad revenue, but like I started doing like coaching advertisements like during my videos, so that's like through referrals it ends up being pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because you don't really advertise your coaching like a lot. You don't really post too often. I think sometimes you just put it on your story like your
Yeah, I
lifters, right?
post like one story a day. I try to. And then
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been doing really good, man. Like you and Justin both are probably maybe like the biggest on YouTube in Canada, especially for like powerlifting,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So from there, you're doing TikTok as well, but I don't know, is TikTok how is it done like in the States for good
I,
now?
I I can still use it. I think it's fine. And I heard like
Okay.
US they like reversed it so already, so they can start using it again.
Yeah,
Something
I
about
think Trump
yeah,
said
executive order or something, and so
he brought it
it's already
back.
back.
It
It's
didn't
like a
even last a
3 hour
full
break.
day. I swear I saw a bunch
Yeah,
of posts
yeah,
like the canceled message, and then like it seemed like a couple hours later, it's like we're back.
yeah. People couldn't take a break.
Yeah, that's
So you
ridiculous.
gonna make a big run on TikTok then, or you?
I don't know. I finally like didn't really convert well to coaching, and that was like my main motivation to make content. So now I just
Yeah.
kind of do trolling stuff.
Can you make
Hey,
money on TikTok? Or it's just like brain rot, isn't it?
On Canada, but in like other countries, you can make money from however many views you get. Yeah, it's
Oh
not
fuck, that
available in
wouldn't that'd
Canada.
be good because you can get crazy views on TikTok, can't you?
Yeah, yeah, it's really easy because they'll show your video to anybody, and if it does well, so you don't even need like a big following to get like 1 million views.
That's
yeah.
good. Because
Yeah,
YouTube's a hater now, aren't they? Their algorithms all weird.
yeah, yeah. YouTube Shorts is okay to get. It'll show your videos to randoms too, but like long form content, you just like have to have an established audience or get really lucky.
Yeah, I've seen some people I watch on YouTube like make videos about how it used to be so much better, like 5, 6, 7 years or
Yeah,
whatever. Now it's
yeah.
like impossible to get started.
Hmm.
That's how I don't know how like Sam Sulek has become such a huge thing.
Yeah,
Because if you
yeah,
watch his videos too, he's just sitting in his car, just like talking, and they'll be like half
yeah,
an hour
yeah.
videos.
Yeah, and like somebody had to watch that to start. They had to be like, okay, I'll watch this random half-hour video.
Yeah.
Because he drops them every day, still like 5, 6
Yeah.
days a week, for like 40-minute to an hour long videos.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think he had a lot of people also chopping up his videos and then posting them on TikTok and like shorts and stuff. And I think
Yeah,
that's
probably
why
both
he got
that.
so popular. Yeah, because the kids on TikTok and shorts, I guess as well, they're they're just looking for someone to look up to, and I guess his long style videos are just really cool to them.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Trevor used to watch a lot of the videos too. Like you just watch it when you'd eat and stuff, right?
Yeah, I'll just throw it on like if I'm meal prepping or eating or whatever, just like background noise while waiting for Paige to get home.
You're
So I don't
acting
go
like you're
crazy.
casual. You watch every single one of his videos.
Uh,
He's Sam Sulek's #1 fan.
I did watch. He just did one a while ago with Jay Cutler, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah.
big.
Seems like he's like actually making it.
yeah.
So Matt, when is your collab with Jay Cutler?
We'll see. It was at my gym. I didn't go over to say hi to him because I was busy. But yeah.
That's
Really?
busy. Damn, dogged
No, I do like
it.
I have like a routine, like I read between sets. I have to like do
Mm.
a certain amount of reading per day. So gonna have
Okay, is it like a goal of yours to finish like a certain amount of books?
yeah, like I have like page counts I have to do each day, and I also do steps between like while I rest, I just walk around to get extra steps in. So
Oh
I found
damn. Okay.
it was way
You
better
walk
than like
and read?
before. Yeah. I used to just like doom scroll while standing still, and I just like zone out and like lose like all focus. So like even though I'm actively doing something now, I feel way better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Like
makes
you feel
sense.
like your sessions just go better, like set to set, like you're more.
Yeah, yeah, I feel way better. Yeah.
So do you just turn off the phone or something? You just
I
don't pick
read
it
on
up?
my phone, but I don't really I only check like Instagram or stuff like once every like half hour or so.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
just once every half hour. Just like
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, like, do you ever get caught? Like, you're like, okay, I'm supposed to be reading, but you're like, fuck, I'm 400 reels deep now.
No, I'm pretty good at it. It's only if somebody else talks to me now, so which
Okay.
doesn't happen much. I think I just give off the vibes
So
of them
like, this
talking.
guy's just walking in circles on his phone
Yeah.
reading.
Well, no, I like walk back and forth in front of the combo rack section of the gym. Like,
Mhm. And what is the gym that you go to? It's like, is it a university gym? Because I always see like
that's what
kids.
I used to be. My school, SFU is where I used to go to school, and that's where I got like some of the clips, like my ring clips from there. But
Mm,
yeah, since I've graduated, I've just been training at Obsidian Athletic Club. It's called North End. It used to
okay.
be called Genesis. Yeah, it's a pretty big powerlifting gym around here. It used to be like a Gold's gym, so it's basically like a commercial gym. But then it got bought by these powerlifters, and it's got like full powerlifting section in it too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's really really good gym because it's got like all the benefits of a powerlifting gym, but also commercial gym because it's got
Oh
like ton of
damn.
equipment, ton of racks, like all the machines you could ask for. So it's really like the best of both worlds.
And that's in Vancouver?
Yeah, North Vancouver, which is a suburb where I live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So that must be expensive then, to own all that like gym space, right? 'Cause it's
Yeah, I
really
guess.
expensive over
Yeah,
there.
yeah. It's really expensive in Vancouver.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go back to the 2022 Nats, and then we'll just go forward from there throughout your powerlifting career. I remember when I approached you, I was like, "All right, Matt, like, do you need a handler?" You're like, "No, I'm just gonna handle myself." Like, you were gonna
Yeah,
just you do that all the time,
I'm
right?
pretty casual about it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "Where's your handler?" He's like, "He's
Yeah.
here. It's me." I'm like, "Damn, well, like, let me just help you, bro."
Happened again at this nationals. Yeah.
For this one, you're gonna do it again? You're gonna
No,
self-handle?
no, the one that already happened, 2024. I got my girlfriend for the next one, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you handled yourself for 2024 Nats?
Yeah. But also that's different because I was like, I know I wasn't gonna win, so it didn't really fucking matter.
So you didn't care that much?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like maybe I'll come fourth. I don't even think I don't even think I was close to fourth, so I don't think it would have mattered.
Yeah. Yeah, because in 2022, I remember you're going head to head with what's his name
Yeah.
again? TJ, yeah, TJ.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it
I was
came down to the
behind for
final.
most of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then somehow ended up I got lucky, honestly, because it was super easy for me, just lost balance and
Yeah, he like lit up 700 and then just like fell.
yeah. I literally think if he had attempted 10 kilos more, he would have gotten it because he went to like
Yeah.
then so fast and lost balance. Really unlucky.
Yeah.
Well, he still got to go to Worlds anyways because of the way it worked that year, so it all worked out.
Yeah. And that was how long did you stay there in not Vancouver, in Newfoundland? Like we went to go get breakfast and then
Yeah, I
you
left
just
the
head
next
out.
day. I remember. Yeah, we went out that night with TJ and
Yeah.
them, and then got breakfast the next day, and I left. Yeah.
hmm Yeah, you need to start staying around more because even at this last nationals, like we were
Yeah.
like we all partied. Are you gonna be here for the next one? Like you gonna
Yeah, I'll
stay?
be there for the. Was it? I compete the last day, Saturday, right? And I'm leaving Sunday.
Okay. But like what time? Later?
Yeah, like 1 or something. So I'll be around. I
Okay.
should be
All right. So Matt's ready, guys. Remember.
Fucking game on.
around.
Yeah, last time I was sad because I remember 2023 was a good time. You came to our
Yeah.
Airbnb.
Yeah.
Anyone like watching, I guess you can see there's Matt and then Trevor's screen.
I still got the clip.
It was good. You put up a good performance that night.
I did.
Yeah, that's why I was so sad that he wasn't gonna come out like
There's a few
in
bushes that still hate me from what I did.
Yeah. I think the front door will never be the same.
Yeah. Did the Airbnb
Wait.
owner care about that or
We never heard about it, so
okay?
I
It
don't
was
think that was
Dale,
the
right?
worst. That wasn't the worst thing that happened that night, anyways.
no.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Manders wiped his ass with one of our towels. That was bad.
Terrible.
Yeah, that was a crazy night.
Mhm.
Yeah, the pictures.
Honestly, I'm
God damn.
surprised nothing did happen to that Airbnb because there's a lot of people there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a nice Airbnb though. We had the Mona Lisa and everything.
Yeah.
Good photography.
The friggin' I don't know if you remember, Luke, because me and Dale had booked it. Well, you'd actually booked another one. In a week out, they fucking canceled it.
Yeah,
We
and
had
then
to
we
scram to find that one. Luckily, it all worked out.
Mhm.
yeah, and I think it was around the same price or something. I don't remember it being that much money, was it?
Yeah, I think it was the same where we told Airbnb, "Fuck you, you're not getting any more money," kind of
Mm.
thing. It was bad because we had like 10 people staying there, right? So to find another one was fucking brutal.
Mm.
Yeah, it worked
Yeah.
out though. That was like the one you guys got was probably one of the nicest Airbnbs I've been to.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. And this time, Matt, are you staying at the hotel?
Yeah, so one of the I think like the second hotel that's the
Yep,
first one filled out.
That's where we are. Right?
that's the good one. The one with the kitchen.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's where the party's at. Perfect.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Matt needs the kitchen. Right?
Yeah.
You don't want to get
evening
back
time.
down.
How much weight do you think you can gain? Do you think you make it the whole way there at 120?
I was trying to get to like I think like 118 or 119. I probably don't want to go full 120 so I can just have some room to eat into the meat and not have to cut because I don't think cutting works very well for me. I seem to lose a lot. So
No, well, you can just tip over and it doesn't matter. Go right to 125.
yeah.
Imagine skips 120.
What's your diet been looking like to get you up like so fast?
So I've just been doing like I'm at like 4,500 calories now. I was doing like 4,250 before, and then like 4,000 at the very start. I just like drink a ton of milk and a ton of juice for liquid calories.
I remember, I think this is a long time ago. I heard a YouTube video of yours and you mentioned like, because I wrote this down, the milk and bread diet.
Oh yeah, milk bread. That was good. They would dip the white bread in milk and then like slide it down your throat really easily.
Oh my God.
That was even better if you use vegetable oil.
Oh my
Vegetable oil.
God.
Holy shit.
Is that real or a meme?
No, well, I actually do eat bread and oil a lot. I had this thing
Mm.
called spread bread where I just like eat slices of bread with some spread on it for calories.
Oh,
And it was like because I was basically at the point where it's like I don't want to cook anymore. I want like the lowest effort calories I can find. So that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember when you were going from 93 to 105, you were trying to just like gain that weight, right? And you were doing some crazy things even back then. I think you were having like ice cream and stuff all the time too.
Oh, that was a gut cut thing, more than ice cream. Yeah.
Okay.
That was good, yeah.
Did you just say
Well,
having ice cream all the time was crazy, Luke? Because that's what you do.
Yeah, that's what we
no,
do.
I don't. Are you crazy, bro?
You're like
That
your
used to be
diet was
me.
crazy, having ice cream all the time. You have ice cream like 3 days a week.
No, the only time I'll have ice cream now is like on Saturday when we train. I'll go out like if we go out to like sushi. But I've been dialed, man. I've been showing you
Really?
my sugar is
Okay.
low.
When we just got
Oh,
sushi the other
sure.
day, take this in, they ran out of ice cream.
What?
We finished the
Where?
sushi and we asked them, they said, we have no ice cream. We're like, this is crazy.
Which one did you go to?
The, I don't know, the one near my house.
The
Not like,
Dragon Roll one?
no, it's like the cheaper one that we've been to before.
Oh,
The sushi
okay.
was so good though, but
All right.
not having ice
Well,
cream is crazy.
Matt, are you a sushi guy?
Yeah, big sushi, yeah.
Okay.
Just
I
last
think
year.
there's one there in Moose Jaw. I don't know how good the sushi in Moose
Oh, I
Jaw
don't know
is.
if I trust that because that's like
Yeah.
3,000 kilometers from the ocean.
Yeah, how do they get the raw fish
A
there?
little too far.
Too
Yeah.
far? Yeah. I didn't really think about it until I said it, and I was like, Moose Jaw sushi doesn't really sound great.
No.
Yeah, not ideal.
I
Okay,
don't
well,
feel
we'll
like the
find
people
something
in
else.
Moose Jaw would love sushi.
I went
No,
to the
probably
Greek place
not.
there. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, you've been there, so you have to show us like the spots.
Yeah, I went to the Greek place with a couple people and it was good.
Okay. All right, so we'll go
Apparently the
there.
casino was a hit.
Hmm?
I said apparently
Did
the
you go?
casino was good. Did you go, Matt?
I did not know.
Yeah.
Oh damn. All right, well maybe this time.
Was it the same meat venue as Westerns, I think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So hopping back to the diet talk, I think I remember seeing like a crazy high like fat amount. Like, do you care too much about macros or not really?
I don't really think it matters too much as long as you're not like at the extreme ends of low carbs or fat. So and I
Yeah.
just eat more fats is just like more convenient, I guess, to
Mhm.
get get the calories in that way. So like I said, I drink like a lot of milk, a lot of protein, and I'll just like add oil to foods to get extra calories in. So it's a lot
What a
easier.
beast.
Yeah.
Like just vegetable oil or with olive oil?
Olive
You,
oil
Car,
usually.
car.
you just hammer it.
Mechanical oil.
Yeah,
That is
like
fun.
before this, I just had bread with olive oil on it.
Oh
I
shit.
thought I was fucking fat. That's crazy.
I'll be there in a year or two.
I've done the milk and bread thing. Sometimes at the end, I'm like, oh, I need carbs and fiber. All right, we'll just fucking have a couple pieces of the Rudolph and some milk. But olive oil is fucking
You
crazy.
dip it, do you
Yeah,
dip it
well,
in
that's why I'm
though?
already up. Like, sorry.
I was saying to Trevor, I was like, do you dip it in? That's the crazy part, is dipping the bread in the milk.
I just drink the milk as I eat the fucking dry bread.
You
It's
gotta
kind of like
try
French
it.
toast if you think about it though. Like you're kind of dipping the bread in
Yeah.
milk and egg and stuff, and
Mm.
but not cooking it.
We're just skipping a lot of steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even need to cook it.
Uh,
So you don't really care at all about the macros then. Do you think like the time, because you were 105 in September, so if you're already going to be 118, don't you think like if you just slowly gain the weight it would be better, or you don't really?
yeah, so this was my thought process. Like, yeah, because nationals is like on a short enough time span that like I couldn't really gain like super leanly in the time. I was basically like, I'll gain extra fat. I don't really mind because it'll still help my lifting a bit. And then my
Yeah.
plan is after nationals, I can cut down a bit, lean out a bit, then work my way back up slower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that's fast. Even like you going
Yeah, 9
from
kilos and how long has it been? 18 weeks, I think.
yeah,
So yeah, a little
and
over a pound a week.
Are you having to just continually add more calories like all the time?
Yeah, I started at 4,000 and then now I'm at 4,500 currently. And I
Okay.
might have to up it
So
again because it's starting to slow again.
That doesn't sound that bad, honestly, to be gaining that fast. Like that
Yeah.
amount of calories.
Hmm.
What was your calorie intake from 93 to 105, if you remember? Was it
I think I was usually around like 3,500 to like maintain around 105. And then I think when I was 93, I was doing more like 3,200. So
well, that's
yeah.
not really that bad then. Like, because
Mm.
even at 93, 3,200 is still decent, like decently
Yeah.
good amount of food.
Yeah. At 105, to get to 105, I was eating pretty intuitively, and I was just slowly gaining from that. So I wasn't micromanaging as much as I am now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the goal here for this nationals then is like, I guess like win big squat, right? Like
Yeah.
you're looking at like the record.
Yeah. We'll see. Go neck and neck with Lucas, I guess.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Like two of like the best squatters really in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah. He's another one that filling out really did well for him. Because I remember as a 93, his like deadlift was really big, but then now his squat has like blown up with it.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Now his total's just really big in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think who gained weight faster then? I guess it was
I think
Lucas,
he
right?
did because he was 105 at 2023 Nats,
Mm.
and then he was 120 by I don't even remember. Yeah, 120 by the Easterns that we were doing to qualify for Worlds before.
Well, it's like a full year though.
Yeah, yeah.
When did he leave
Yeah, but
93? I forget. Did he say it was 2022 or
I think
2021?
I think it was 2022 also because I think he was
Okay.
doing like what was it, Commonwealths or whatever around then. It's
So he
93.
just didn't stick around 105 too long. He kind of just skipped it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
let me see. I'm gonna pull up his open powerlifting.
I think he
Do you
did
guys?
like his provincials as a 105, and then that was it, wasn't it? It was like
I
very
think he
little.
did nationals 2023 as a
Yeah,
Oh, maybe that too.
he
yeah,
did 2022 as a 93, and he came sixth. So he was there actually in Newfoundland competing when I was handling you. Then
right.
when the squat plug was born. And
Mhm.
yeah, so he was totaling 712 back then, and then he stayed 105 for just only a little bit of time, and then went.
He just added 100 kilos per year.
Yeah, pretty nice rate. He'll be with Jesus soon.
Yeah, if he does that again, he will be. We were gonna ask you, because Lucas is a good example. You're a good example of people who have blown up. Like you've just gotten better. You're already good at lifting, like even at every class, but then you blew up, and probably 120 will be your best yet. Which other lifters in the CPU or internationally do you think could like benefit a lot from just gaining a ton of
Well,
weight?
internationally, I definitely think Pana could because he's been
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like he's like been lifting like the same weights at 66 for a while, but I don't think there's like he's so lean and he's so already right. It's like how much more can you really add already at your size? I think he already cuts down big to get to 66 as well. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You share the same views as Trevor then on Pana.
Hannah's like 5'7" or 5'8", isn't he? Or that's what people say.
I'm bad at remembering heights. I saw him once at one Worlds. I think it was 2021. Yeah,
Yeah, you're 5'8". You should be like a
He's
105.
not short. Like he's significantly taller than like Russ and those guys. Like I think
yeah,
he's probably
yeah.
taller
Oh,
than
really?
Ross is
Jonathan
like
Keiko.
5'5" or 5'4".
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I think Penna's taller than like Keiko, and Keiko's a 93.
I think
Yeah,
around
like I feel
Gavin
like Hannah would be definitely taller than all the 74s still.
Yeah, I
And
think he's
probably
around
most
Gavin
of the
Aiden's height.
83s.
So and Gavin's in.
Gavin's really short too. Gavin might be shorter than Russ.
No, I think Russ is smaller.
Yeah,
Really?
Ross is super short. I remember. seeing
Yeah,
him
because
Okay.
in 19
I like
Worlds.
I guess it was almost a year ago, but at the Arnold, I was with Gavin, and he was not that much shorter than me, but I think I remember Russ being very short.
Yeah. You remember Cam's story about meeting him?
Yeah.
Where he's like, oh, you look like that Russ Swole guy, but you're really fucking short. He's like, fuck you.
You actually said that to him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cam was genuine though. He didn't know it was him. He thought he was being serious.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
I
Who's that?
remember the
Cam?
first
Cam, yeah.
Cam Hughes. Remember that first Sheffield where they lined them all up on the stairs and they were all side by side? It was pretty funny because all the guys were the same height as like all the lower weight class girls.
Yeah.
That's when it
I
was like,
think-
oh yeah, these guys are really short.
There's a few memes like that where it's like 83, 84 kilo woman and 83 kilo man. And
Yeah.
like the height difference, or 74, 76.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very different. The guys are always a lot shorter. So you think Pana internationally? What about in the CPU? Is there anyone you're like, this guy needs to bulk, and he'll be, or he or she, and they'll be like, they'll blow up.
Can't think of any in particular. I do think like just like squat specialists in general, it's kind of like be cool to see them bulk because I think squat like benefits the most from it. So it's just like,
Mhm.
man, how stupidly could they squat if they just bulked, which basically
Yeah.
what I've done because I'm a squat specialist.
All right, Luke,
So
me and
Luke,
you got to move up 3 weight classes each.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll go 105. Yeah, Kyle can go.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll go 120 though. You'll be with Matt. Who's
Yep.
Matt?
Bulk
Luke is Kyle.
bulk until you out squat your deadlift, just like me.
Probably.
Finally done it now.
Deadlift training's looking better now though, isn't it? Like I swear
Yeah.
you've had
Well,
some good.
like in training, I'd say my deadlift is stronger than my squat, but it's just like after I do a maximal squat, I'm just like so tanked that my deadlift strength tanks too, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been doing like more conventional work, so I'm working my posterior chain more because usually like my glutes and low back that just feels like destroyed after. So, trying to like condition it up more.
Yeah. That's what I've been kind of trying to do as well, is like try and beef up the back so that after if you have to grind a squat or something, you might be
Yeah,
more
yeah.
ready.
hmm
Yeah. So what do you think? What are we looking at for this squat then? We're gonna touch 8?
We'll see. We'll see. I don't like to talk numbers too much because I feel like I did it before in the past. I'd like talk about the numbers I'm gonna hit, and it just like give me the satisfaction of doing it without actually having done anything, right? So now I just like now I like yeah I like didn't even tell my girlfriend trying to go for in my last meet because I was like I'm just gonna focus on it and see what I hit.
What did you hit
Yeah.
training so far? Because you benched 200 for the first time a little bit ago, right?
I benched 200. I hit like 347 and a half on squat, and like it wasn't maxable. I like compared it to like when I did 345. My second attempt was 337 and a half, and the 347 and a half was quicker. So I say like I had like 10 kilos in the tank there. And then deadlifts, I did like 342 and a half. I had a bit of downward motion. So
I remember that one, yeah. And so you used to do a lot of SBD. Do you still do that, or is your deadlift very far from
no,
your heavy squat?
yeah, I don't do any squat and deadlift on the same day anymore because I just find like the train effect. I did it for a while, and my deadlift suffered the most because it's just like always tanked by squatting first. And
Yeah.
now I always squat and deadlift on separate days.
What about going into the meet? Same thing? You don't like ever try and
Yeah, yeah. Well, I do one like pretty moderate day the week out with like squat, bench, and deadlift the same day, but it's like nothing super taxing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense though. I feel like it's kind of the same for me too. Like my deadlift after a big squat, especially in training, if you had back downs and like working sets, like yeah, you're kind of just toasted. It's better to like build up the
Yeah,
actual confidence and the strength at the top end and then see if you
yeah.
take a hit.
Yeah, I thought if I did, that's why I used to do it. It's like if I always squat for my deadlift, I'll be like more used to it in the meet. But what happened is just my deadlift tanked.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh yeah, okay, now I
Yeah.
can deadlift
I
like
mean, there might be a middle
80%.
ground there where just do it sometimes, but I don't know. What I'm doing is working all right, so see how it goes.
One thing I noticed, because like you'll post like your entire like training week on like some of your the end of your YouTube videos and your Instagram posts. It
Yeah.
seems like your squat and your deadlift volume is like really low. Like has it always been like
Yeah.
that where your reps are super low?
No, it used to be. So what happened is, like I mentioned, I got injured after the Worlds in 2022, and I did like a rehab block where I was doing super low volume just to rehab. And then I did that into Westerns that had a great meet. And I was just like, I'm just gonna keep like running this cycle because it's working well. And I did that like basically all of 105. It just worked really well. So
So it's like all
yeah,
stuff under 4 reps pretty much. Or even like I think the one you
yeah,
posted is only triples and doubles or something. Or
yeah. Right. Currently, I'm only doing doubles and singles on squats and deadlifts, and
oh my
it's
God.
6 sets a week. And then I do like some isolation work for hypertrophy. But yeah,
Oh damn. So what are the accessories that you'll put around when you're doing such
uh,
low?
so I'm doing leg extension and hamstring curls just for lower body. That just like complete like isolation, like no axial loading, no other posterior chain like glutes. Because glutes was what I was feeling like super fatigued for me, really easy. That's because I use them a lot on both squat, deadlift, the way I pull, the way I squat. So
Damn, he's slowly transitioning to full super heavy.
Yeah, it
He's
sounds a
coming
little
for
yeah,
you,
much
Trev.
I'm still doing cardio daily, so I'm not there yet.
What is the cardio? Just lots of steps or?
Yeah, I try to get like at least 8,000 steps a day, but I also do like 6 minutes cycling. I lift 6 days a week and I do 6 minutes cycling at the end of each day. And then today is my non-lifting day. I do like 15-minute cardio session.
Okay.
Oh, I
Did you
do
go
all that
hard?
too. We're basically the same person.
I go for like zone 2, like 70% max heart rate, so it's not that hard, but it's like enough to keep me conditioned. So like as I've gained weight, I don't feel like I'm
Why is it
out of breath.
6 minutes? Does that like accumulate to a certain number by the
Yeah,
end?
I started with 5 minutes. I'm just like slowly building it up.
Okay. And I saw it's
Okay.
similar to a bench too. Well, your bench is like very high volume, like you do a lot of
Yeah,
bench.
bench is
but
the
you do, like,
opposite. I'm like super submaximal and super high volume. And then I do like isolation work, really high intensity to failure. I based on like this study I found from Stronger by Science, where it's talking about like different muscle activations in the lift, and like the pecs reach like maximal activation at just like 70% on bench. And then from there, it's basically just triceps and delts that increase. So my theory was like bunch of submax bench work until my pecs can't handle anymore. And then I do the isolation work to bring up the other muscles that aren't as activated.
Yeah, you do like tricep extensions to failure like multiple times a week, right?
Yeah, 3 days a week. And then yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then you took out bench singles, right? You don't have like any bench singles.
Yeah, I found like it was like I had shoulder issues before, and I found like bench singles like they didn't really do much for me. They just aggravated the pain. I didn't feel any stronger. And like last cycle, when I hit the 200 kilo bench, the heaviest single I hit was only like 85%. I hit 185% single and 187.5% single, but I still felt fine on test day. So it's like, I don't think these were adding much for me.
So they weren't part of like your regular weekly programming. You just did like
They
a
were, but they were just really light, but they'd still aggravate my pain. So this cycle, I've done none of them, and I've no pain at all. And I was like, my submaximal work feels super strong, strongest it's ever been, way stronger than it was in last cycle. So yeah,
Yeah.
really helped. That and
You
just
add in
gaining
like
weight, I
light
guess, for
singles, I
bench.
guess, like going into Nats, I guess you'll add like
Yeah,
singles
I'll
back.
probably do like 2 or 3 weeks out. I'll just do a couple light ones just to see where my strength is at and project attempts. But yeah.
Cool.
Do you do higher reps on bench, or is it kind of like the?
Yeah, I do
squat
higher.
thing?
I just like I cycle each day, so I do like 6 reps, 4 reps, or 3 reps each day. So
You never do like 8 to 10 or anything. Like
no.
6 is the highest.
Yeah, and then even like my isolation work, I'm usually up the weight if I hit 6 reps or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, for even like accessories, you're saying?
Yeah, so like most of my accessory, the only one is lower body. I have to do like 20 plus reps to even hit failure on like. Even then, I don't really hit failure. My legs just start like burning until I can't take it. I just
You like max out the machine.
yeah, and like I can't even get any more weight on there. So, but yeah, for
Damn.
other stuff like lat pull downs and triceps and T-bar rows, I go for the lower rep stuff.
Wow. So you never
Yeah.
even do 10s, 12s.
Yeah, I'm like going on like the more like the optimal base guys talking about like higher reps being more fatiguing, it seems, and no difference in hypertrophy. So just staying with the lower rep stuff. And I find it a lot easier to do like 5 reps of failure than 12.
Yeah.
It's easier to gauge where you're actually at.
Yeah.
So you're just constantly progressing it then throughout like block after block.
Yeah. I just go to failure. Like I'll start with something I can do with like 4 or 5 reps, and then once I'm like consistently getting close to 8, I'll up the weight again back to like 4 to 6 reps. Yeah.
So and this is on like machines, like you said,
Yeah.
like for like back, like what would you do, like
So
T-bar row
back,
and
I
stuff?
alternate. I do 3 days a week, and I alternate each day lat pull downs and T-bar rows.
Okay.
And then I also do like I alternate hammer curls and just like regular supinated curls.
Damn. Okay.
And then triceps, I just do pull downs. I do like a kind of like dynamic one to work the same heads of the triceps as on bench.
Do you keep
Wow.
squat plug in for all accessory work?
Yes, all of them except for all the lifts. The common myth that it doesn't. They say squat
Yeah.
plug-in. Oh, it's just for squats. It's not.
No, with that intensity, you'll need it. So I'm imagining this like you're at the gym, you're doing your sets, and then you're just walking, pacing back and forth, reading,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
you
there's
just
some people I'll see the reels at the gym. You'll see me in the background, like looking at my phone, walking between sets.
and then when compounds are done, you just go and max out the T-bar row and like
Yeah.
curl. Like, what do you curl and what do you T-bar row?
Right now, okay, so T-bar row, I do like 5 plates on the current one. It's kind of
Holy
getting an
fuck.
issue where it starts to like tip forwards. Like I have to
It's
like
too
have my
heavy.
legs. No, like I have to have my legs like super far forwards, like support it so it doesn't flip. And even then, it still starts to. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. I might have to switch to like a chest supported row machine.
It's like I hate stuff like that. It's like when you're using the GHR, for example, and it feels like it's gonna tip forward. You guys
Oh
ever
fuck
done
yeah.
that? That's the worst.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be horrible on both of those machines. It would not end
Mm.
well if it actually did flip on you.
Yeah. I think one of our racks is not like bolted down too, because like I push into it, I feel it move. I'm like shit.
That's like
Yeah.
Trevor and I were just saying. We have the newer Alico rack at our gym, but
Holy
something about
fuck.
it is like the most rickety rack of all time. Like Trevor is
Oh,
squatting 320 on it, and
yeah.
it's gonna fall forward.
I
Yeah.
was just
One of
trying to
the
straighten the bar out, and the fucking thing almost folded in half. It was scary.
one of our Hansu racks is like that, super shaky, and I remember squatting like 700 on it. I'm like, I feel like this is gonna like collapse on me.
Did you guys see the video where like they're spotting and loading at this meet? It was like a really tall guy, and they
Oh
went to
yeah,
like,
yeah, and
crank
the
it up,
the
and the,
Oh,
uprights
yeah.
the
came
upright
right
just
out.
fell right out. Yeah.
Oh.
So bad.
Well, Hans,
Did you
Uh,
not find the low, super low rep, like high intensity accessory work fatiguing at all? It
No,
doesn't.
if anything, I feel better than I did when I did super high reps, because I used to do like sets like I get to like 20 reps on triceps, and I just got like almost like tendonitis. But
Yeah,
I feel it's less fatiguing doing low reps and just straight to failure.
really. I'm just trying to imagine like I'd be fucking maxing out everything in the gym, just going balls to walls. It sounds fatiguing, but
Yeah, I'm getting close. Like I'm lat pull downs. I'm at like the max weight now.
how many sets are you doing per movement?
So on triceps, I do 4 sets. On back, I do 3 sets, and then biceps 2 sets.
Oh,
And then
wow.
the
So
leg, and then the leg stuff, I just do 1 sets after my squat and deadlift.
one set till failure, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah,
does that say
Okay.
constant throughout the block? Like every week is similar?
yeah, yeah. Just at the very end, I taper it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are you curling now? Because you said like fours and
I
fives.
think I'm
So
doing okay. So I do like the supinate ones. I do like 55s or 60s, and then the hammer curls I do 60s. I think. Yeah.
wow.
Mind
I
is
remember.
blown right now. Whenever I curl like the 45s or 50s, he's like, "Wow, Kyle."
Yeah.
The
Well, I do
40
Yeah.
seated too. I think if you're doing seated and low reps, it's pretty easy to do with a lot of weight.
Yeah.
To do a lot?
Yeah, if you like, I
You
use
guys are
seated
built
too, so it's
different.
like more stable and easier. But yeah.
Damn.
Do
Yeah,
you do
my
any
biceps
pressing
are not
stuff?
strong.
Because your bench volume is like super high. Do you do any like dumbbell pressing or machine chest pressing?
No, no,
Yeah.
just straight barbell
Just
press
bench
or
and then tricep
chest.
extension?
Yeah, and I do a bit of OHP.
Okay.
And for because your training probably would sound quite different to a lot of people, right? Like not many
Mm.
people train exactly like that. Do you coach? I know it's all different depending on the person, but would you say a lot of your clients would follow things that are similar to that?
I would say most of them, like the accessory thing with like airing a bit lower on reps is similar. I say I go a bit higher for them because I find like for some people, if you go too low reps before they're really like experienced at the exercise, their form just gets really sloppy, right?
Yeah.
So basically, like go as low reps as possible while still staying strict with
Mhm.
form. I still do air towards failure, or at least I have everybody basically do at least 1 set to failure on the exercise, so they like know they're where they're at
Yeah.
with reps in reserve and that. Squat that and deadlift, it's I don't even think anybody's really like me at all because for all of them, I air towards like more volume, less intensity for
Yeah.
SPD in general.
Yeah.
And so when you were recovering from your like knee injury and back injury, that's when you found like, okay, I'm gonna do less like reps and stuff. And then from there you just started to let the loads really increase and that's how it happened.
Yeah, like basically, I just started with like 2x2 pauses to like reduce loading even more, and I just started really light. Like I was just doing like I think I was doing 405 first, and then once I was through the worst phase, I jumped up to 495. I was like, okay, I'll just do like a basic linear progression, just like add 5 pounds per week, slowly gain back.
Yeah. And that was
Yeah,
better. Like even when the loads
yeah,
got heavy, like you
yeah,
just never
yeah,
felt it.
yeah. I
Wow.
remember I did like westerns, and then like I did singles before, and I hit like 15 kilos less than all my thirds, and they were like hard, but they were like decent. And then I went to westerns and ended up smoking way more than them, way easier. I don't know what it was, but it worked.
Oh.
So how long has it been since you've done like more than a double on squat? Like how much time?
Well, for a while in 2023, I was doing like I do 1 set of higher reps with 4 to 6 reps. I think I've done all doubles since I don't even know. It might have been like I did a local meet in November in 2023. I think since
Do you,
then.
is your plan to continue that? Just like as long as you keep progressing, just keep the same.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like I'm open to doing it more. Like just like theory wise, I do think like higher reps can be good if your skill practice gets like out of whack, especially with like the low volume I do. But like as long as my form feels dialed in, I'll just stay with the lower reps.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's different, but if it's working, I mean, run with it.
Yeah,
Have you always been, since you started, have you always been self-coached?
yeah.
Did you ever run like different programs and stuff, or did you always just kind of come up with?
Yeah, so I started with like basic starting strength program, and then I tried some like templates I found online, and then I did like the Bulgarian method that Greg Knuckles made. His version of it, which was just once a week, I think. That was my exposure to like higher frequency stuff. And then I had like a like the Benedict Magnuson deadlift program, Meg Ort, I think it's called. It had like it's basically a bunch of doubles each day, 3 days a week. And that's what I did for like all my lifts and based off of. And then
So
I
that was
started
the start
this,
of it, the
yeah,
doubles.
yeah. Then I started a 6-time SBD program that I made myself. It was basically like I just crammed in every exercise I could think of. And then
What
And
made you
that's the
think
one
of
that
trying
Agatha
the?
found.
What made you think of trying 6 times a week SPD? Like,
so I done like the Bulgarian method, and there's like that Norwegian high frequency thing where it's like the Norwegian coach. He used to be an Oli coach, but he started coaching their powerlifting team. He basically took everybody's program and took the like same volume intensity, just split it up over twice as many days, and they made like a bunch of extra gains. I think in recent years they've like looked at the stats on it, and it was actually like he like the numbers were falsified or something, or it was just like statistical noise. But for whatever reason, that made me want to start trying it, like spreading it out over more days.
it's
And there's
funny you
like a
say
lot
that
of
because like the Norwegian team, that's what Chell was talking about when he did equipped lifting. That's what they
yeah,
gave him. He was doing SPD
yeah,
six
Dietmar
times a week.
Wolf's the coach who did it.
Yeah.
And nowadays there's like Chris Beardsley is like big in like the TikTok like optimal uh crowd. And he's talking about how like it's better to split up your volume over more days because you can have better quality and you're gonna have more mechanical tension. It's gonna be better. So it's similar view. Basically just split up your work over more days and you'll have higher quality overall.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense, right? Like you just would be able to recover in between every
Yeah,
session
yeah.
and have
hmm
intent.
Yeah, I have in hindsight, I have no idea how I did that because I was also working like 40 hours a week, like unloading trucks at my job, and then
Wow.
also going to university. I have no idea.
Wow.
Yeah, I have no idea how the fuck I was recovering all that.
Holy crap. You're just a beast back then.
Yeah, now I'm lazy. I only do doubles, 2 doubles, and that's it, and a single.
What's
Two.
funny now too comes full circle because now like one of the best powerlifters in the world is doing it, right? Agatha's doing 6 times a week. I'm sure it looks very different. Like
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
Chell was saying like a majority of the sessions were just such low intensity that was like almost like redundant,
yeah.
but yeah.
I think there's a bit of like survivorship bias. It's like the people who can handle it will like can do it without snapping will get great results, right? Because I think like a lot of the strength guys, like best people, I know they like to like program a lot of volume, like Taylor Atwood, Leah, I don't know who else, but yeah, they had like a ton of volume, and so if they can handle it, they're getting a ton of stimulus. They'll keep getting stronger. But then you get the injury troubles, which Taylor and Leah both had.
Yeah. I think that a lot of the time you can't really survive it, where you can for a bit and then you
Yeah,
break and then
yeah.
it's like
Well, that's what
come
happened with
back.
me, right? I started getting the injuries over and over again.
My
Yeah.
impressions of their programs were always like it was lower reps, but it would just be like a billion sets. So it'd be like straight
Yeah,
sets, like
yeah,
10 doubles of like a
yeah.
decent load. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember talking to Sean Noriega about his program with them, and it was a ton of volume for him.
Yeah, I think they're just looking at the way to get like more tonnage in and then they split it up to like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
this weight, this many sets, this many
yeah. I was just
reps.
listening to what's his name, Jason Tremblay. I think that's his name. He's on like Mike Tushur's podcast. He's talking about Taylor's program, how he was doing a ton of work, right?
Yeah. And so you talked about it earlier. Agatha ended up running your program. So how did that happen? Like, and she follows you. So how
I
did
didn't
this?
even know. I didn't even know she was doing it until a Polish guy who follows me, sent me the interview. She did another interview in Polish where she said it, but she was basically like, yeah, I like found this guy Matt Vena on YouTube and I did his program, and it was 6 days a week, and she said it sounded like fun, and that's like I think she like is like me, like she just like loves lifting, you know. And so she wanted to go 6 days a week. That was part of my motivation too. Was I just like love lifting. Like when I first started, I did 3 days a week, and I just made excuses to go more days.
Yeah.
And
I
there's
love
yeah, so
lifting too, but I do not want to SPD 6 times a week.
yeah. Well, I guess that's what she did. Well, I guess I was bad at bench, so I wanted to squat and deadlift every day if I could. So that was my motivation too. But yeah, and then that's why she competes all the time too. I think is because she just like wants to do it. She loves it.
Hmm. And then you guys now, you guys are friends. You guys talk.
Yeah, we talk occasionally on Instagram. Yeah, and then She likes stories sometimes too. Makes me
Oh,
proud,
hell
Sheffield
yeah.
champ.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a really big story. Like,
yeah. Sheffield
that's,
approved stories.
yeah. Yeah, so how many people are liking the stories? I bet you it's a crazy
uh,
amount because
I'd say it's around like 25% on average for an average story, but then if I get like a good one, it'll be like 33%.
holy
Pretty good.
crap.
Yeah,
You've just been persistent at it, so everyone just falls
yeah,
in.
it's
They're
been
like,
good.
all right,
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
to.
Yeah, I thought it was cool because I'm like, I got like so many people just like watching me lift. I don't know why. So I was like, try to make like a community thing about it because I think it's cool. Yeah,
What's the point? Did the story like improve the engagement of the story, I guess, too?
yeah, they do too. But it's also because like I just want to like have like I don't know community of some sorts. It's fun to have.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
we were
then
gonna talk about that, so we can talk about it now. Like, you have such a big community, and how did you build it? And like, what are some tips maybe for people who wanna,
right.
get into it?
So the way I started is like late 2018. I started getting reposts on King L lifts, and that was the thing. He'd like repost like everything I did, so it was really nice. And so I went from like having like 600 something followers in December or something, and then like 3 months later I had like 10,000 because he just reposted me so much.
Wow.
That's the one thing I think is if you can find people to repost, but it doesn't even have to be like a big page like King of the Lifts. If you just find like other powerlifters who you repost their stuff, they'll repost yours. That's like one way. And then from there, I just think like you just gotta start making content because like I waited so long to make YouTube videos, even though for so long I thought like powerlifting has like a lack of creators on YouTube. There's like a big like market here that you can seize upon. And I waited so long because I thought I didn't know how to make videos. And I look back at my old videos, I think like, man, these are so shitty. But like, you're not gonna learn better than making content and seeing how it does engagement wise, and then improving from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say like start with short form content too, like YouTube Shorts, Reels, and TikTok. You can usually post the same video on all three platforms, so it's super convenient. And then like the way all of them work is they show it. It's like batches. They show it to like 20 people. They see how the engagement does. Like, does it get likes? Do they watch the full video? Do they comment? Whatever. And then if it does well, they show it to 200. If it does well, they show it to 1,000. Like, right? So anybody, even if you have like no following at all, you can blow up on short form content the way the algorithm works. So you just be consistent and keep making stuff, and you can grow.
Trevor, are you writing this down?
No.
Trevor wants to
Uh,
be Instagram famous.
yeah.
No,
Coach
Kyle,
is
you
better than
should
the
be writing
farming.
it down for your coaching. When's the last time you posted on the coaching?
Yeah, I do need to do that.
You should be writing it down, not me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, lots of people can learn from that though, because that's the thing. Like when Matt was saying, like you doubted yourself, a lot of people do that, and they're like, "Oh, like I'm not funny enough, or like that lift isn't
Mhm.
strong enough, or whatever." Like your mind tells you, but realistically, like there's people out there that would like watch, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then once you put yourself out there a lot, like I'm sure people, maybe people listening that love Matt Vena, like you've probably seen him a few times, and you're like, "What the hell is this guy talking about? A squat plug? Like that's strange." And then
Yeah.
they're like, what the fuck? He won't shut up about the squat plug. And you're like, okay, what
Yeah.
is it? And then you listen, and then you're like, oh, he says like the stories. And then now you're just a Matt Vena
Yeah,
fan because he's like,
exactly.
this guy's chill. But yeah, it is. I think it's like that too. Like you just have to post a lot. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah,
You
if you
edit your own
post,
YouTube videos? Like, how did you like learn how to do that? It was just pretty easy.
Yeah, I basically just copied what Justin Lee was doing, like not even a
Okay.
lot. So he's because
yeah,
it's like the perfect template. He'd have like videos like talk about certain topics, like what frequency should I do, like how do I choose the intensity or the sets to do, and I started doing like replying to different people and stuff, and yeah, I got like basic formula down.
Okay. I remember during COVID, I took a bunch of videos. Like I had a camera and I had way more time because it was COVID. But then what killed me, I was like, was editing it. Like I tried to edit together and I was like, oh, screw this.
Yeah, I mean, I do the simplest editing possible. I literally record just videos with my iPhone, and then I go on TikTok and I do the voiceover and edit the clip lengths, and that's it, and put text
Yeah.
on the screen. Like, yeah, like I don't need it. Like, you don't need fancy editing to do well on social media anymore.
Is that what do you use for YouTube?
That's literally what I do. I just record on TikTok and then upload to YouTube.
Oh shit, really? Okay.
Yeah, and
If
then
they took
my
away
longer
TikTok,
videos.
that'd be bad.
Yeah, and then my longer videos, I just do an iMovie, but that's basically
Okay.
put the clips in the
Yeah, see, that's what
voiceover.
I heard. That's why I wanted to get like initially I had a different computer. I had like a Dell laptop and I tried to download all these different soft like or editing softwares. They're all
Yeah.
terrible. Like they were so hard to like learn.
Yeah, I've tried downloading software and learning, but I've just never gone to it. But
Yeah.
I think what matters way more is the actual content and like you as a person, what you're saying matters way more.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Luke tells me about CapCut too. Is apparently really easy to use, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, CapCut's really cool. I think iMovie's fine, but I think CapCut is better and there's more options. They're trying to make it more of a paid app, but I think it's worth it because I think most of the editing softwares, like if people are listening and you want to get into it, like the Adobe ones and all those ones are super expensive. So yeah, iMovie or he uses like if Matt has almost 150,000 YouTube subscribers and he only uses like iMovie and TikTok, like you don't
Yeah.
need a big fit platform.
Yeah.
What did you get with the 100K? Do you get a plaque?
Yeah, it's in my room somewhere.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How did that feel? Were you like happy about it? Like, oh damn,
Yeah, it
this
was
is
a really
legit.
big milestone I was waiting for a long time because it's like I remember as like getting close to it, I was like watching it live. I was like, yeah, it felt really reassuring because I had like a year and a half before I decided to start taking YouTube seriously, and it was like a real thing, like showing all my work was paying off.
Yeah, that plaque is really cool. Like it's engraved and all that too, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. No, that's a big one. And then what is it next? Is it's 200K or 250?
I don't even know. I don't even know what other ones you get. Yeah,
Hmm. You'll find out soon when you get them, though.
yeah, we'll see.
So, how many times are you posting on YouTube now, like shorts?
So I do 2 videos per day with shorts, and I do 2 long videos a week, and then 2 shorts for pretty much every other day, and it ends up being 2 a day in total. Some days
Damn.
it's 1 short and 1 long video, but yeah,
Wow. So you have your schedule like just written out, and then just
yeah,
or
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. After the gym, I usually do the shorts. It doesn't take long as I have an idea. Like it's basically like 15 minutes per video.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You're in the
But
routine, so it's easy.
do you
yeah.
find YouTube has been better like for your coaching too, like compared
Oh
to
yeah, for sure. I'd say YouTube just because I can get more like engagement overall. Um, then Instagram after that,
Yeah.
and TikTok. I don't even know if I got anybody from that.
I think Luke did know like in the beginning of TikTok when you were kind of blowing up, wasn't that good?
Yeah, I think a lot of people with TikTok, that's how you would get a following and then blow up your other
Right.
pages. And
Yeah.
so I'm sure like a lot that actually might have helped. But I think your TikTok's like 50K, so it's still
Yeah,
really
but a lot of
big.
my TikToks are like not serious at all, so I don't think that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he looked
I
like somebody
think
like Joe Stanek. He was like a master of informational content for powerlifting.
oh yeah, he probably that's how he did it. He had like
Yeah, I
I swear
remember.
he'd get like 100K views a video and
Yeah, I
stuff.
remember him listening to was it Two White Lights podcast where he was on like the coaches roundtable, and he was talking about how he's like mastered the algorithm there to boost content.
Yeah, TikTok
Yeah.
seemed it was like it was really easy. Just like how do you put on wrist wraps or like what
Yeah,
shoes should you wear to squat?
yeah,
Like stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with that kind of content, it's actually relatable to way more people than you'd think. Like me,
yeah,
Trevor, like you, Matt, Kyle, like to us, that's like not helpful information.
yeah,
But to a lot of people, it is. And so that's way more people than like the people who know how to do it. Right. And so you come across like helpful and it's
yeah,
such an easy video to create for you.
yeah, exactly. Like that's why I've done with my YouTube. It's like way more casual oriented. That's why I think I'm a
Mhm.
lot different than a lot of like powerlifting coaches where they're like more very serious powerlifters and their content's a bit more like esoteric. But mine will be a bit
Yeah.
more basic questions, and that's why my audience, like the coach clients I get, are a bit more casual too.
Yeah. But there's a lot more casual people than there is like
Yeah, it's just different markets. I
advanced.
realize too. Yeah,
Yeah, so you're not even really competing with many people. Like, I mean, you
mm,
are, but it's not like direct competition. I feel like if you're
yeah,
a big powerlifting coach, you have a lot of direct competition, and you could
yeah,
probably charge even more if you wanted as well.
mm, yeah. I think there's a lot
Uh,
of differences too when you got like learn how to like. There's different like motivational strategies for somebody who's like a power lifter, like first and foremost, like that's like a huge part of them, versus somebody who's just like, hey, this is just like something I do for fun a few days a week. Like I don't really like they'll just like randomly skip a session because they don't feel like going, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
And so, do you have a lot of clients that would just do that? And how do you? I guess it's just based upon
yeah,
their goals.
yeah. was it like barbell medicine, like their stuff, they've talked a lot about it's a different thing, but they're talking about like more like literally general health as doctors, like their motivational strategies for getting people to like, care about their blood pressure or whatever. But like a lot of the like ways of like being able to convince people, you gotta like get into their what motivates them, what's their thought process, right? You can't just like tell somebody like, hey, this is wrong, don't do it. Like that's not gonna make them change for a lot of people. You gotta be like,
Yeah.
okay, why do you do this? Like what's your thought process behind it? There's one really good book he recommended. It's a why people I forget the name. Why people how people change their minds or something like that. But yeah, it was really he like is these the scientist who went into the whole thought process be why people have certain opinions, why they're so entrenched, and how they actually change very entrenched opinions. Yeah, it all comes down to you have to like figure out from them how they reason themselves into the position, and then you like ask them questions like, okay, what about this? Do you think this is true? Like point out the flaws in their reasoning, right?
Yeah. And do you find like your retention is high, even if it's just casuals, and then you
Yeah,
just
I
kind of
think I think it's pretty good. Yeah, like I've got like people who've been with me for years now, so
that's really good.
yeah.
And so, what do you do in the initial consultation? You're just like, how much does this mean to you? And then you
Yeah,
figure out
like I
how
have a
you're gonna.
questionnaire that I give them, and it's like there's this thing like how dedicated are you a powerlifter 1 to 10, right? And if they're like a 4, I don't care, right? Like that's fine with me. Like I'm not gonna try and convince you to care more if you don't, because I think
Yeah,
motivation at the like basic level is very intrinsic. I don't think you can change it. But I'll be like, okay, like I'm fine. Like if you don't, if you're not like super dedicated, like I'm fine doing more stuff that's just gonna be fun for you, right? Like I'm not just gonna give you like a basic powerlifting SPD program if that's not what you want to do.
yeah. It's definitely about meeting the client where they're at.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you listen to the Nick Manders episode, or do you listen at all?
Yeah, I have listened to some of the early ones. I don't know if I listened to Nick's yet. I remember
He's
listening
capping,
to
guys. He doesn't listen. Matt's a
no, I
fake.
listened to
Freaking.
I listened to Walters for sure. I
Okay.
remember.
So the
I
first
listened to
one.
Lucas.
Okay, Lucas. Yeah, that's good. So he's like, nah, they're not good at podcasting. Maybe one day. But the main reason I brought it up was just because I was gonna say Nick Manders brought us through his daily routine. I think yours will probably be different than his, but if you want to go through that, I think it might be cool as someone who like runs their own business and stuff.
Yeah, so I can do it. So I wake up naturally usually around 5 and I get out of bed around 5:45.
Damn.
And then so I listen to in the morning I have a routine. I listen to a news podcast in French because I'm trying to learn French, like 30 minutes. Then I do 30 minutes of educational lifting content. And then I do like one new music project that like an album or whatever, EP or something. I do that while I work. I start work at 6:30, and then I usually have like some programs I've like pre-done from the night before. I just like proofread and send, and I'll do more coaching, answering emails and stuff. And then I have like I'll have like a certain amount of coaching I want to do in the morning, and I'll finish around like 8:30, and then I have breakfast. Then after breakfast, I do a 15-minute walk while reading in French again to basically like a warm up for the gym and also more French practice. Then I shower, go to the gym, do my workout. The workouts I have like my reading plan, and then also do while I rest between sets, I'll do my reading. Then I come home, lunch, then I'll shower again. Then I'll do my YouTube shorts of the day, 2 of them, and then I do more coaching, answer any emails I've gotten in the while I was at the gym. Uh, what do I do next? And then they'll have like some long form content to work on, like the long videos. So I'll either do like writing out the script today or editing the clips today, whatever, right? And I'll usually have like some other like random miscellaneous life tasks, like if I have to like sign up for something or do something with my banking or whatever. And then yeah, I usually finish everything around 5 p.m. And from there I can just relax. But yeah.
Wow. This guy's
Kind of
regimented.
polar opposite from the Nick Manders routine.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
I have like I have set eating times too. Yeah, well Nick like I know he stays up to like 5 a.m. and wakes up at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Like,
He
okay,
goes
let
to
me go
bed
sleep.
when you're waking up.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. He goes cheesemonger.
I also have a question. Are you a French spy?
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to. I saw what Tap and Philippe and Stanley are doing in the 105. So I was like, okay, maybe the French have secrets.
That's too
Uh,
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good routine. So what time do you go to bed? Like, do you try and have a sleep
I
goal?
usually get ready for bed at 7. I take another shower and then I just lay in bed and usually read something and I usually fall asleep by 9.
Is that the third shower?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Holy shit.
Be like
he
7:30.
loves showering.
I do. I really do.
Matt kind of has like a grandpa routine. Like I like
really
it.
do.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I'm lucky my girlfriend also works super early, so she's also on like the same routine. Because also
Wow.
they probably wouldn't put up with it.
That's a good time to go to the gym too, because it's probably more like quiet at that
Yeah,
time.
I get there like usually between 10:30, 11:30, and it's like that's when I feel strongest in the day. I have realized that when I was going to university because it just like naturally ended up being the time I had free. That's when I feel strongest. It's not that busy. There's only
Yeah.
like a few other powerlifters, if any, that are there when I'm there.
Yeah. I find that too. You have like the most energy throughout the day, kind of like midday, like after
Yeah,
you go for a walk and stuff too. So you're not too,
yeah. It's like I gotta be awake enough so I like my body feels like warmed up, but then not so long that I'm tired.
yeah. I've tried like, because I do coaching work and stuff throughout the day too. Is like if I do all my coaching stuff first and then go to the gym after, like I definitely don't feel as good as if I have that like
Yeah.
midday lifting break.
Yeah. I have to do like that 50-50 because if I do like none of my work before, I feel like I have way too much and I'm like anxious about it during my workout. I want to like get through the workout really rushed to go do my work. But then if I do too much, I'm just like drained. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to put a break in the day and just go train and then come back.
yeah, yeah. Lucky
How
about
many
that.
meals? You say you have the one meal typically only before training?
Yes, okay, wait. Let me think. Okay, so when I first wake up, I have milk and coffee to get like calories in. I have like a half-liter milk. Then I have the breakfast, which is I always have half-liter milk again. I have this like high fiber cereal. I have piece of toast, peanut butter, and some type of fruit, usually an orange. And then after that, I also have half-liter juice and my creatine gummies. Um, After the gym, like immediately after, I have a protein shake, and then I have lunch, which is like some meat, some carbs, some veggies. I make it 1,000 calories and at least 60 grams of protein. And I have another half-liter milk with that. Then after my shower, I have another half-liter juice and some bread. What else do I have? And then I have some type of chocolate or treat or something. And then I have a decaf coffee while I work. Then at 4, I have another protein shake. No, 5. I have another protein shake, some more bread, and I put oil on it for more calories. And then at 7, before I go to bed, I have another protein shake.
Holy crap. So if they banned somehow it was just a worldwide ban of
5, I also have another half-liter juice too. So yeah.
yeah, so
A
if
lot
they
of liquid. Oh
banned
my God.
drinking your calories,
Yeah.
you'd be a 74 again.
Yeah. Well, it's basically like I want something that's like super low effort to not have to cook so I can just work more.
How much
Yeah.
milk? So is that like 2 liters of milk a day?
Liter and a half of milk and then a liter and a half in the protein shakes too.
Oh my
Wow.
God. So
So-
3.
Full pack of milk every day gone.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
good.
Mhm.
You need to get a link with like a local dairy farmer or something.
Yeah, I should. I should.
Just buy a fucking cow at that rate.
Yeah.
Go out and milk the teat when you need some.
Do you have a specific kind of milk? Like, is it Fairlife or something? Or
I drink just like 2% regular milk. It's just what I would drink as a kid. So
your
it's what I'm-
stomach like just tolerates that
yeah,
fine?
I'm fine with dairy, so I'm lucky with that. So super easy to get protein calories that way.
Imagine the milk bill if it was Fairlife. You'd be drinking like $30 of milk every day.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that is that would be very expensive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you've always been like crushing the milk?
Yeah, pretty much since I was a kid, even so. Mhm.
Yeah.
I think Kayla said Oliver kind of does that too, right? He drinks a ton of milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes
Something
sense.
like
I mean, it's like yeah, a ton of calories, like nutrients,
Yeah,
protein,
it's really easy.
so
Yeah.
hydrated.
Any chocolate milk or no?
No, no.
Oh, you don't fuck
I'm
with it?
not a big sweet tooth person, so
You,
regular milk.
you said you had a chocolate break and 6 liters of juice. Though.
Yeah, yeah,
That's probably
I
why you
don't-
get enough like sugar from the. from the-
yeah. I'm not a big sweetness guy, but you gotta. I guess you have to get the calories in.
Yeah.
You know what stood out to me? Like having the decaf coffee, like in the for the evening work shift, that might actually be good. So that's something
Yeah.
like I like having coffee like while I'm working, but I don't do
Yeah.
caffeine like in the evening.
Yeah, I have 3 coffees. I have one when I first wake up, and then 2 while I'm working in the morning. And I like limit it to like only before 10 a.m. so I can sleep.
And you don't do pre-workout, like you just do
No,
coffee?
not just creatine for supplements. Yeah.
Damn. So Kyle, who has more coffee, you or Matt?
We said 3, so it depends on the day. But normally during the week I'll do like 2 or 3. But like on the weekends I
100%.
can't because I'll have pre-workout for like my big SBD session on Saturday. So if I do 3 coffees and pre-workout, I'll die.
Yeah, back in like university, I was doing like 8 or so. I would
Oh
just
my
basically
God.
stop when I started like feeling fibrillations in my heart. I'd be like, okay,
Holy
gotta
crap.
stop.
Yeah, I'd start noticing like if I drink like more than 4, like I don't ever really drink 4, but like I'll start feeling shitty, like anxious, like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll be like
yeah,
sweating and anxious and like my heart's beating fast. I'm like, okay,
yeah, this
something.
is not helpful.
Yeah.
Kyle, did you want to run through the other questions that you had?
Sure. I think we touched on most of them. The one we didn't actually ask was like, how did you get into lifting in the first place? Like, how did you find powerlifting?
Right. So like we had like a high school class where you could go lift weights instead of like regular gym class. So I did that. That's how I started lifting. And then eventually I realized I had like no idea what I was doing. So I like looked up beginner lifting programs. And I found like starting strength beginner powerlifting program, and that's what I did. And like I knew a bit about like powerlifters, like I knew like Eric Lillybridge back then and Johnny Candido, but I didn't really know much. And then my other friend started it. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna do a meet. Like you're strong. You should like come do it with me." I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he started like introducing me to like the actual powerlifting side of things. And I remember he told me about IPF Worlds. I was like, "Oh, is Eric Lillybridge gonna be there?" And then he like started laughing his ass off. I'm like, "What? He's strong. He squats like 1,000 pounds." He's like, "Yeah, but he's on a ton of steroids. Like, he's on the IPF." And yeah, so I did my first meet in 2015, senior year of high school, and I thought like I could just sign up for Worlds after that, or like nationals and then Worlds after doing one local meet. And I tried, and they're like, "Yeah, you're like not eligible." Like, damn. And I think I would have been in like contention to win sub junior Worlds back then, so
Oh
but
wow.
they were lost.
Yeah, they're lost.
I think the Canadian won back then, anyways. So.
Oh.
So you were a 74 then, or did you compete 80?
Yeah, I did 74, but I went like 83 immediately after because I knew I
Okay.
was. Yeah, I bulked to 83 in like 100 days. I went from a 405 squat to like 500.
Wow.
So yeah,
How
And
tall?
I'm about 5'11
Okay.
not 6 foot?
in squat shoes.
See, Matt's over 200 pounds, so he doesn't need to lie about it.
Yeah,
Yeah. And honestly, 5'11 is ginormous for powerlifters.
yeah,
Yeah, I guess that makes sense that like even 120 would be really good for you then. Because I know like
yeah,
they had like the charts back in the day. I remember seeing it because I'm like
yeah. She did a
5'10".
chart. Yeah,
It's like, yeah, I'm supposed to be like over 105 to be like the most competitive.
yeah. Well, I remember like the top 105s. I mean, like Ashton's like 5'7", I think.
Yeah.
Like I think Anatoly's around like 5'8", 5'9", or something. So
Yeah, I feel like 120s is when you see the big actual height increase.
yeah,
Not really
yeah.
any short 120s.
Yeah, I found SSJ Bob's like 5'11" too, which was nuts to me because I always thought he was way taller. But yeah,
Yeah. Who sent the picture? I think Blake sent the picture with Bob Matthews, and I was surprised at how like not tall he looked next to
yeah,
him.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. You said he's 5'11", Matt. I thought he was like 5'9".
yeah. Actually, I think he's shorter than 5'11", like 5'9". Yeah,
Yeah, because I remember that picture that Blake sent. Because wasn't Ashton in the picture too? And they were like
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
similar.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think Blake and Ashton were like pretty much same height, and then Bob was not much taller, which
Yeah, maybe
I'm
like 2
surprised.
inches or something.
I
yeah.
think Bob might be like 5'10" because when I seen him in person, he looked decently tall. Especially it was like a bunch of powerlifters around us, so it was like
Depends
maybe it
if he
was
has the
a
Tims on or not.
yeah. And Ashton isn't very tall, like you were saying. He's not.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Bob, I think the
Ashton's
angle was. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
Ashton's just like a legit gorilla. Like,
Yeah, yeah. He's super jacked. So when you were getting into it and you thought Eric Lillybridge was natural and stuff and gonna be at Worlds, did you ever consider like going to like the deadlift bar and like going untested or
no,
no?
not really, because I was just like I don't know, never really felt the need to, as long as I can progress naturally. So. And
Okay.
even now, even if I stop progressing, I mean, I had like a 38 months. I didn't hit a single PR from like 2019 to 2022 until I went 105. So, you know, I'm
Yeah,
fine not
you're-
making progress. I just enjoy it genuinely. So
Yeah. Oh, and I was gonna say as well, like in 2023, when you had kind of like your peak of 105, what ended up going on up until this past nationals, where like you kind of had regressed a bit?
okay, so going into that provincials where I squad 345, like I was thinking I was gonna squat like 355. That's what was my estimated based on my training. I did like my last like hard session like 6 weeks out, and I felt like a pop in my quad,
Oh,
and then it was like pretty painful throughout the week. The day of, it didn't feel super bad at first, but then like as I started warming up and doing attempts, it was like really bad. And then yeah, so that's why I think I didn't deadlift as much as I squatted the first time because my quad was just like shredded by the time I got the deadlifts. And then I signed up for NAPFs because I was mad that I didn't hit the numbers I thought I did. And I tried to like rehab it and it like didn't go away. Like it kept bugging me. So at NAPFs, I also didn't do the best. I signed up for the meet in November. Again, it still was like bugging me on and off. And like it finally got healthy, but like I hadn't been training, like been able to train heavy for a while. So again, I didn't like do great. And then I remember in the national or not what nationals westerns in 2024, I was just like not feeling the best and I wasn't eating the best either. So again, I wasn't feeling good. Eventually I was just like, I'm not able to like stack up momentum in training the way I am, just maintaining. So I just wanted to go back to gaining weight and makes it a lot easier.
yeah. So you did that 345 squat while your quad felt like it was destroyed?
Yeah, yeah. Like I was in so much pain after that second attempt, and then like I don't even know how I did the 345 in hindsight. Like I was like, yeah. It felt like when I was warming up for deadlifts, like I was doing 170, I felt like I was like stiff legging it. So
Oh wow. The quad went home after that
yeah, pretty
squat.
much. Yeah.
Did the pull ever catch back up, or is it just over now? You're fat like
Oh,
me
well, I
now.
mean, like I said, I think in training it would still be stronger, but it's just if I squat first, the deadlift is gonna suffer. So
I think it's like a curse because there was a while where my deadlift felt like I was quite a bit stronger than my squat, and then I just
yeah,
miss.
yeah.
So it just never happens.
Yeah, I think it just like yeah, you just it take once you get started getting like to so much absolute weight, I just think it takes so much out of you. Like
It's a lot of work. I wish we could
yeah,
just do like one attempt instead.
mhm, yeah, or like strongman different days.
Different
Yeah,
days.
fuck. Oh, I
Yeah,
don't know. Like, imagine a max squat and then the next day you have to do a max deadlift. That might be
That'd be
worse.
worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think bench too, because you'd be so fucking
yeah.
sore. You wouldn't
One
be able
lift
to
each
hard for
day,
anything.
squat one day, bench one day, deadlift the next.
Oh god.
I think it'd be worse maxing at your deadlift and then having to squat the next day.
Yeah,
I think I would die.
I don't know. I think that would be actually better, to be honest.
I don't
For
know
me.
if I would be able to get depth and stuff properly without being like getting
Yeah.
crushed into the bottom.
I think I could do the max squat and then do the deadlift after, but I think if I did the deadlift first, I would be dead.
Yeah, it really would depend
Really?
because some people get way more fatigued from each other lift, right?
Yeah.
Some people with deadlift just zaps them.
Well, I feel like deadlift is only gonna make my lower back sore. Where squats, it's gonna be like my quads, my adductors, my glutes, like everything,
You
thoracic.
know who's the crazy one is Walter, like in his last prep. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I can't remember what he pulled, but he pulled something damn near 800 pounds on like a Saturday. And then 2 days later, squatted like an all-time squat PR on Monday.
Yeah.
I think it's because of Walter's build though. Like he's built pretty well for the pull, so maybe they're not. And he pulls like 8 all the time, so maybe
Yeah.
that's why. But it's
Yeah.
still very impressive. It's just like I'm
Mhm.
assuming that's why, like his leverages.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He does have like not the greatest squat leverage, so he's all bent over after maxing out dead. So yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Like, I swear he pulled 800 on like that day previous, and then we were spotting him. He squatted 310 for the first time. It was easy.
now, I don't fully remember, but
Squat's really
I
blown up.
actually, yeah, Walter's really blown up.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's been doing really well.
Yeah,
I guess that's the other reason too for you, right? Like the 105s were totaling quite close to the 120s at this
yeah. That's why
point.
I remember I was talking to Tap before 2024 nationals. I literally think I could see the 105 champ totaling more than the 120. It ended up being like what, like 5 or 6 kilo difference.
I
Yeah,
think it was like 3.
Yeah, I think it was 907 or like 908 versus 913,
Yeah.
something like
yeah, it was
that. Yeah, they're both
908.
chips.
Yeah, so he totaled 2K.
Yeah, they're both chips. So
Yeah,
That's
so
what
me
I
as
was saying.
well.
Like going into the regionals and stuff, I kind of thought the same thing, and I was waiting for
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
105s to be like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna be 120 and
Yeah.
beat the
I was the only
880
one
or
who got the
whatever."
idea now. Well, Lucas, I did before. He had
Yeah,
the foresight before.
yeah. Lucas
Yeah,
did like a
he
year
knew.
in advance.
Back then, I didn't know the 105s was being stacked. Like when I did my local meet, when my first 105, I did like 834, and I still had like 10 pounds to gain, and it was super easy attempts. I was like, I knew like the last year's winner of nationals for the 105 did like 815, so I was like, oh, I should have like an easy way to win nationals now. And then I like started looking at the leaderboards. I saw who like Tap was. And I remember like 2 weeks out, he like deadlifted 800. I'm like, oh my fucking god,
I
what am
think
I gonna do?
before 2023 Nats, the 105 record was 850 by Bryce forever.
Yeah, it was for a long, long time. And then
Because I think Luke Tremblay got close and he did like 840, but nobody else was
yeah,
really even close. And then everybody started doing 900.
yeah,
Yeah, I think when Tap came and started pushing it, and then I think when he beat Walter, Walter was like, okay, gotta lock
I
in.
thought Walter was at 122, so I was like, I didn't even think I was gonna have to face him at that nationals.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Is Philippe going 120 too?
I'm not sure, maybe.
Uh,
He looks strong. Kyle was showing me some of his training.
Yeah, well, I remember
yeah,
at
Philippe's
2023
very strong.
nationals, he told me all the injuries he had. He's like, yeah, I got like bursitis here, I got like a tear here, and he like kept going. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude's getting held together by nothing.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
always looked
if he's
so
finally
strong,
healthy,
but
it's
like,
gonna be. If he's finally healthy, he's gonna be insane.
yeah, like he's looked so strong for so long, but like I think just being hurt, he never quite put it together. But
Yeah,
he
yeah,
did 885, didn't he, at Nats?
yeah. He's like insanely strong. Yeah,
And I don't think his squat, like I think he could squat quite a bit more than he did
yeah,
still.
yeah. I think he's got room there.
Yeah.
He was saying he was gonna go for a squat record, but I just don't think it was the best day for him.
I thought he was
Yeah,
gonna do this nationals, but it seems like he's doing like the Fitlog like Quebec meet.
That's like their big beat, right? The past one.
Yeah, because it's on GL or no records or something.
Yeah, I think they do records.
I think it's
Yeah.
based on Quebec provincial
That
records.
field like thing.
Yeah, I mean, if Ontario had that, it was at the same time. Fuck, I'd probably
Yeah.
do that.
We have
To
like
be
a
honest.
we have a cash meet for good lift points here.
Oh yeah, on like the island or something, right?
Yeah, Vancouver Island. Yeah, it's in Victoria.
Yeah, that's where and when you were still 93, you did it against Alexander Ang, right?
Yeah,
Or
that's my first 105 meet where I did 834. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, he beat me.
Yeah, he did at 93 and you did at 105. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I kind of feel bad because I chipped him, so he only did like a 2.5 kilo jump to chip me back. But he could have gone for like an 800-pound deadlift if I hadn't done that. So
But he's like, I can't lose the money.
yeah, yeah. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have done it to let him do the attempt. And the thing is, I actually put in the wrong attempt at first. My math was wrong, and then like the guy who owns the gym's like, you put in the wrong number. Like, and I'm like, oh shit.
I always imagine that'd be so hard. Like when you're doing a meet like that's not just based on like total, like you have to figure out like
Yeah,
how is
yeah,
my GL
exactly.
gonna be
Yeah,
higher? Or like for
yeah,
Sheffield, it's like how do I get the higher percentage? Like I imagine
yeah.
it's so
Way
confusing.
harder. Yeah.
So do you have anything that you want to say to Lucas? He's definitely listening right now about this upcoming meet.
Well, we'll see him there. Let's have some big squats and totals, ideally.
And some pints after.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you drink, Matt? Yeah, you definitely drink. We know about that. Who would win in the drinking battle, you or Lucas?
Probably
He's a
Lucas, man.
newfie.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
newfies, they know a thing or two.
What were you drinking on the 2023 nationals night?
Everything.
What it was, I was hanging out with Andrew and Serena before. They had like White Claws, I think. I was drinking a bunch of those, and then at the banquet, I was drinking beer, and I don't even remember what else. And then Luke gave me Fireball, I think. Is that what you gave me?
I don't remember.
I think it was Jaeger.
Don't
I
know.
remember you just
Oh,
like
Jaeger.
kill
Yeah,
the
I think it's
dickie
Jaeger.
Jaeger and
Yeah,
then just open
yeah.
the door and just fucking let her go.
I
Just puked all over.
did it when I went back to the hotel. I did it in the bush too. So
Oh
I remember
yeah.
so Cam Hughes kept doing the thing where he would like take a beer can and
Oh,
puncture
yeah.
it with his thumb.
Yeah.
He just kept taking my beers out of the fridge and puncturing them, so I had to drink them.
Yeah, that was
Thank
a really
God there
good
was
one.
no carpet in that place.
yeah,
It would have been fucked.
I'm laying on one there.
Yeah, well, this battle and this national is gonna be very fun. What day are
Yeah.
you flying in?
Thursday. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll see you there, and you definitely have to come out and party. I don't know what the plan is, but yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
see you last year,
Mm.
or like I left last year. It was just a few months ago, but
I think there's a good group of us all at the same hotel, so I'm sure we can figure it out.
Mm.
Did you
all
fly
right.
the next day in Summerside, like after you competed?
On Summerside, yeah, next day, yeah.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
question I
At
didn't ask
PEI.
from the list that I had was I wanted to know, did you do any sports and stuff before like powerlifting? Like were you involved in anything or?
Yeah, so I played soccer and hockey and rugby as a kid. I only did rugby and hockey for a bit while I lifted. Yeah. Oh, I also did martial arts for like 8 years.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Which martial arts?
It's called Weichi-Ryu. It's like a Japanese karate version. Yeah.
Oh,
My
yeah.
uncle is like been doing it for like 30 years and he's like 6 dan black belt, so he's my sensei.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So no one fuck with Matt. You better like those damn stories, everyone.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So yeah, if anyone ever uh brings it to you, you're just gonna yeah, you know how to fight. Matt has
Yeah. Well,
hands.
puke on them. Chemicals.
Well, this is a good one to follow it up. What's the weirdest DM you've gotten from a story liker?
Weird. Okay. Weirdest DM from a story. Like I got some like weird ones, like asking if I'm a virgin and stuff like that, and asking about. This isn't from me, but I got forwarded a DM from somebody else. It was like, okay, you know Wheeze, right? So like
Yeah.
Wheeze had like some supplement, like he was like promoting, and some guys like, I used your code, and he sent him like a video, like a close up of him shitting, like liquid shitting.
Nice.
and then we started like threatening like to send it to the guy's family. He started like unfollowing his family, and he ended up deleting his account. Yeah, that's
Oh
definitely the
my
weirdest powerlifting
god.
DM I've seen.
That's insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten some weird ones like about this squat plugs, like some
Oh,
guys.
I get some weird ones, yeah, but there's just, I don't know, it's so normalized at this point. I don't even think about it. Ugh.
I was gonna say at the a meet maybe 2023 I was at. I think I sent you the video, but some guys come up to me and they're like very excited. They're just like they just
Oh yeah,
competed. Yeah, and someone Walter started filming it. But yeah, they just competed and I think they were very hyped. They got medals. They're like, "Oh my God, Luke, like that's crazy that you're here. Like I didn't know you lived here." And then I'm like, "Yeah," like shook their hand, like just said good stuff. And they're like, "You're my second favorite powerlifter behind Matt Vena." I was like, "Oh, thanks."
the ghost white lied, man.
Yeah, I was
You and
like,
Matt Vena
"Damn."
are my favorites.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the same thing, but not a lie.
Yeah, he's like, "You're ranked behind Matt Vena, but you're cool
Yeah.
too." And I was like, "Thank you. I'll tell Matt." And I think they're waiting to get to nationals so they can see you because you're out in BC. But yeah, you have fans all over, man.
Mm, nice, nice.
Yeah, do people come up to you like often, like at meets and stuff or gym?
Pretty often, yeah. At my gym, not so much anymore. But then sometimes I'll get like guys like, oh, your video, like they're not powerlifters, like, oh, your video came up on my feed, stuff like that.
Mm,
I
yeah.
had one guy randomly come up to me like at a Subway restaurant. I was like eating,
Oh, you're
and he just like
famous,
leaned over in
famous.
front of me, I'm like, yeah. And he's like, are you that guy who lifts? Yeah. And then I remember I was at a Good Life gym here, lifting once, and the guy's like, "You're the YouTube powerlifter guy, right?" I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Johnny Candido." I'm like,
No.
oh.
That's so funny.
Yeah, they
And did
corrected
he end
himself
up?
right after.
Did he know you? Like he knew who Matt Vena
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
or?
He's like, wait, no, Matt Vena. I think he got confused the eyebrows.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
same hair color.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Italian North American look.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, yeah, we're hoping to get to hang out with you in Moose Jaw. You have to show us around, but
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much all the questions we had. Is there anything you want to speak about before you go?
No, I think that was all covered.
All right, man. Well, what is your handle? I'm sure most of the people listening know you, but
It's at Matt Vena, Vena.
okay, okay. And then you have you have like a code with SPD and stuff or anything else?
Yeah, I got like an SPD referral with just like spdapparel.ca/Matt. So
Cool, man. Anything else you want to shout out?
no, I think all good. Yeah.
Okay. Just like those damn stories, guys, and that's pretty much it. You'll keep
Yeah,
Matt happy.
Mm,
All right. All right, man. Thank you for coming on the podcast. It's been
no
great to have
problem at
you.
all. Thanks for having me again.
All right, buddy. See you in Moose Jaw, okay?
Yeah, see you then.